everyone, and welcome back. Today we're going to be playing the Orzhov skeleton list once again. As you may know if you've watched my channel for a while, that we did hit mythic with it, and the deck kind of creator, or at least the biggest advocate of the deck, is Mythic Mike, who kind of came up with it and derived a version that did very well with one of the highest win percent rates on the marketplace, if you would. But I recently seen Ash pick it up, Ash Shizzle at least, and she was playing it in best of 3. And the main card that kind of made me want to play it today was Ninja Teen. This card is a very good value card, but I'm going to be completely honest, I did not really have it that much in these games as much as I would like. I'm just ran out of time, so I wasn't really able to try it out. But the upside is there, and having another card hit off United Battlefront that can impact the board is really nice. So with that said, let's go ahead and dive into the games. Okay, we can keep this. No skeletons. Why would we need this? We're probably going to shock this in anyway at some point throughout a turn, so I might as well just do it on turn 1. Might as well. Our opponent's on a what are those sleeves? Oh! Snap, good. We get the aesthetic. Nice. 1/1 more. We play a scavenger. So Kona. Go as wide as possible here, I guess. Bonk. This is green one, right? Yeah. Blue. Sure. What can one do here? Another blue. Sure. Oh, I meant to put a shelter by Ghost in play. Oops. Go as wide as possible here. We have to assume that one of these, like whatever one we target's getting bounced or tapped with the stun. That's why I wanted to go shelter here and just load up on my scavenger, so it made it really hard for them to remove. I'm gonna tap one creature here. Not legendary, not legendary. This is legendary. Here. 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 We actually punted here because we didn't get the right thing. Here. So we didn't shelter earlier. So we would have done 1 extra damage last turn. I mean, we put them on having it, I guess. I'm on having it. But we definitely missed like the lethal play a turn earlier. So hopefully we can tighten it up a little bit at some point. All right, well, we're turning up, it seems. Time to turn up, brother. Got the scavenger into maybe a nowhere to run a seam, a question mark. 1 hit, so nothing with flash there, it seems. Or like any stick at all. Elemental, okay. Maybe I should have left this up. Here, brother. I got it for you. Yeah, see? We can both do it together. Here. Thankfully, a card like Roaming Throne doesn't really work against this. So they might think they have a good block, but nowhere to run, can kind of get around it. Is this a draw for a land? Oh, it is. Gates are wide open. Oh, gates are wide open. Less open than they previously were. Less open than they previously were. I mean, they were stacked. But, I mean, I think they're dead anyway. Miss land, full up. Limitation on mana. Like, even if they had, like, a removal, can't make the mana, takes the damage to do that. We have 5 across the board regardless. They bounce this, we have 6. Then we replay it. Sure. Huh? They have a flicker for this? That would do it. Wow, they actually did find a way. What a play by them. This is a crazy win now. Because this will be a skeleton that'll have haste off Corpse of the Lost. What a weird win. They played that there so well. Good play, opponent. I didn't know what they could do to potentially buy an extra turn, and they did the one play I didn't even think about. Although, that's a unique hand to have where they have double deceit with this after riddling with missing land and they drew a land. But either way, that was a really good play. And with that, we'll take it. We have one, and then we have one of the stronger cards in our deck. This card's so good in terms of the value it can get you. This kind of reminds me of Kamano in a way, but obviously being 2 mana makes it actually significantly worse. I think I'm going to ignore this for a turn, and I'm going to set up, because obviously they're not going to block, and Seam Rip hits this no matter what size it is. I would rather this start ticking immediately, and I can play a second one, and then play a Seam Rip to piece this up. They're going to be a kind of self-damaging deck. I mean, as you can tell. Sure. We'll do counter here. Go here. Go here. Absorb that. Obviously, this is important, but I'm just going for most pressure on board. They need a 4-drop to trigger this, so it's kind of dead in the graveyard. That doesn't matter to me at all. Target creature gains double strike. They are 1,000,000% dead here. Here, and then we hit them for lethal. Very cool. What we wouldn't give to just hit a couple lands in a row to Battlefront twice. So, with a draw for turn, we'll give it a chance. This could definitely be an early go homer for sure. But they maul, we'll keep. Worst case is like here, the double mulligan. Okay. Could mean aggro, which means Shelter could win the game, but we'll see. You will see. Mono green. So we get this down. We get the shock again and play the most helpful Weaver. And then it's probably on what, black? So if we rip a plains, we can double these, right? Mono green. Again, Shelter by Ghost being one of the cards that could win us this video game. Sure. Well, doesn't seem like it's gonna happen here. Obviously, we'll offer the trade. Doubt they take. Not with 3 cards in hand. If they go land Ouroboros, Raleigh dead. Sure. They are like actual landfall. Well, a little late. What do I want to shelter here? Oh, yeah, exile my own creature, actually. I guess this won't have enough toughness, so we take Chocobo. Or enough power to stop this. Depending what this is, right? Yeah. Then this is going to have double strike next turn, so they have to kind of hold the fort down right now. I mean, I'm glad to have hit shelter over the land there. That's 4. To the Ouroboros. Go him to me. Straight into combat. Okay. That's fun. Wow. Green, yeah. Here. Yeah. Here. Guy having menace is actually a big deal. And we honestly are probably sheltering this. So maybe putting a counter here was bad. I could have resolved the triggers the other way, I suppose. But here. This pause is most likely the Evolving Wilds. Maybe protection spell here. Sure. Am I swinging with this? Probably, right? Because that'll unlock this if they double block, and I'll answer the Badger Mole Cub. But it has menace, so they have to double block if they want to do anything. And then Arena's going to assign all my damage to the Chocobo, and I'll be really upset about it, but would love to just find a land to play next turn, and then also be able to level this. Pretty good. Now the counter here actually matters. But with these shelters, I'm kind of been fine doing what I'm doing. They should do the Evolving Wilds, yes. Because they can block pop it when I go to hit it with a creature so I don't gain any life. It's like a cool little trick. Then it also comes back. Sure. So the 7/8, what is it doing? Nothing. Fair enough. Yeah. Here. Making actual blockers. Blockers that matter. Go here. Are we attacking with this? No, probably not. I think we wait here. We basically have to wait until we have a big enough board that we can swing all out, I think. Sure. Kind of in the same boat as me, though. But a 1/1 counter, and it becomes legendary. I don't already there, so let's put it on our menace guy. Another one. Now they won't care to remove this. One more turn and it should be enough to get through anyway. Should be. Especially giving double strike to the menace guy. We do have to do the math. Like, there's just no other way around it. We have to do the math. Land. Chocobos get larger. The one Chocobo not really able to do anything. Just the 8/9. Here. We might just be able to do this and not have to worry about the math at all. Because obviously if we hit Corpse of the Lost and shelters, like obviously we have some, even nowhere to runs to pick off the small stuff. Maybe they were doing math. I don't know. This could just look at all lands. Could be all lands. It could have been all lands. That is 100% lethal. There's just no way around it. We just grow everything else. This is obviously getting double. This is getting blocked and this is getting blocked. So everything else has to be big enough to win. That's all we really need. So basically what's going to happen is this and this are probably blocking here. They sack this. This gets popped. This blocks here. And then this blocks something random, I guess. But I think my opponent's gone. And we'll just have to wait till they time out. No? Okay. We're in. I don't even know the math, but it feels automatic. Because obviously, as it says double strike, they'll just die to it. They have 4 hitting them pretty much guaranteed. And so 2 go here, 1 goes here, 1, I guess, blocks 3. And then I have, what, 5 creatures getting through. I don't know why Arena's even letting them assign it like this. But regardless, it's still lethal either way. So even if they didn't have Menace, it's still lethal. As you can tell, it's 3, 6, 9, 12. They're at 9. No life gain on the board. Sure. I think they realized that and they're just letting it go now. All the triggers are going to come up, and then the arena has taken over officially now, and we'll crack them for a lot. Very cool. Kind of a dicey game. The opponent, if that traveling chocobo would have stayed, probably would have overran us, because instead of us being able to attack them, if they would have played that fetch land with the traveling chocobo out, the chocobo would have gotten really big, this one anyway, and then it would have been attacking us for a lot of our life total, and we wouldn't have been able to kind of be as aggressive. But instead, we got the turn we needed and win that game. Going first. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's a good deal. Damn good deal. I'd take that deal. A little wiggling here. I can play a basic so I don't have to take damage against my Is It Lessons deck. Or Mono Blue. You never know. Mono Blue had like a very, very small stint of like, hey, look, I matter. We got that 2-drop that basically becomes a land at the end step. And Mono Blue was like, look how cool we are. And then it just went away just as quick as that. Gone. Into the wind. Nothing mattered. All right, pressure time. Down to 9. With this on board, any elementals. Not grand, bro. Come on. Give the Iro, where realistically, ooh. Start here. Maybe I'll miss paying too. Man, we actually just ran over lessons very quickly. There's just 9. Obviously, being on the draw would have made that a little bit different, because they would have been able to like play the talent, taking less damage, and then had It'll Quench You for my Corpse of the Lost. But that's just the perk of going first sometimes. Okay, so my opponent used their entire timeout almost. The first person I've ever actually seen mulligan in the timeout frame and it actually be a decision, which is kind of crazy most of the time. Well, maybe we figured it out. Oh, this is actually huge, because now I can curve here. Obviously not as huge in terms of like, they can obviously butcher me next turn, or the next 2 turns. Maybe not this turn, but the turn after. Here. Here. A little too big for me, I say. And they wanted that card too. Brutal. Okay. I'll let them trade this, I guess. Are we taking the gamble that I'm not dead? I mean, yeah. We're not a coward. If they kill me, they kill me. Like, yeah, 3 mana. I could definitely die to like a couple of things, but I'm an aggro deck too. If 4 cards left, they can get me, then sure, right? We're at 11. Oh, this is a good sign. Give a creature double strike here. I don't want it to be one of my skeletons. This. Here. Okay. Ah. We win? I had to be so close to dead. Like, it had to be so close. Because they were thinking about it for a second. But, yeah, we got it either way. We'll take it. We go first. We'll keep. Obviously. This hand's really good. I don't even know why I thought about this hand. This is kind of one of the schneepers. I don't want to dock to my opponent. They don't need to dock to me. My opponent's scary. Look, they got a little... I don't even know what that is. I know, like, nothing. If I said Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle thing, I know nothing about it. We're probably going to have to shock in a land anyway. I can't imagine we find more lands, but... in arena fashion, sometimes you just flood like crazy. Blue-black. Super Shredder. Yeah? In there. Sure. This could be a massive blowout for us or an air ball with this. It's one of those situations where we would be okay with actually drawing a land. I lied. I'm actually not okay with this. Damn it. If you have a card that wins the game on the spot like this, you just jam. I could grab this shelter, but I'm going creature overload here. What are you Tidebind doing? Probably this. This just kills a creature, technically. Or not. I thought they would have got rid of the creature that Corpse was going to make. But this only shuts off artifacts and creatures, so it wouldn't actually stop this. But sure, we'll take that. Okay, so here we are to talk about the list a little bit. The main takeaway is there's not a whole lot new to it. It will just win games, and it will just fold certain matchups because your hands are really weird or your opponent's kind of built to beat your style of deck. If you're on the play, you are probably, if played correctly, going to have anywhere between a 60 to 70% win rate realistically. If your hand's a good curve or you keep a good curve. Obviously, if we're keeping 1 landers with all 4 drops in our hand or 3 drops in our hand, well, I mean, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? But with that, it works well and it just functions really well. If you don't know, I believe it's kind of weird because obviously everybody tests out these decks, but I think the one who was really on top of it was Mythic Mike, and then Ash kind of took a hold of this and put it in best of 3 with a lot of sideboard options. So you can definitely check out her recent video for that if that's what you're interested in. But I saw it and I was like, oh, yeah, Ninja Teen seems like a good card for the deck, and I want to try it because we have like a nice little update for it. But honestly, The deck doesn't feel any different, really. It doesn't feel much more like, oh, this is so exciting, look at all the changes we got. But it still works. I hit Mythic with it one season many moons ago, apparently, because I just cannot play Arena consistently, apparently, because I just get too busy or just distracted by doing stuff like my job. But with that, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.